office of the Special Council Support Fund for Mutual Assistance, Feicom, situated in Minguma neighborhood, Yaoundé, the daily activity is guided by a major objective, which is to satisfy the local authorities. Feicom, the main state institution at the service of local development, was created in 1974. More than 40 years after, it has 10 regional agencies all over the national territory and an office in Kribi. This organization enables the institution to support government's actions through its two main missions: financing council and inter-council projects and technical support to the regional and local authorities. The achievements of the institution resulting from a financing policy governed by tools tailored to the needs and peculiarities of councils are evidence of its admirable contribution to the implementation of government's local development strategies. By funding the construction of buildings intended to house council services, basic social infrastructures, and the realization of income-generating projects, the council's bank provides sustainable solutions to the problems of local authorities.
The first project we had from Feicom was the rehabilitation of street lighting in the city of Garoua. The second project funded by Feicom in Garoua is that of the Ceremonial and Cultural Hall. I think it is one of the most beautiful halls that Feicom has financed in the country, and the city of Garoua is proud to have such a beautiful hall. We are in a new building, and the working environment is ideal for the well-being of staff. Services are better distributed, and performance and results are better. Without Feicom, many councils would not be able to operate.
We are happy to fetch water from this standpipe. Anyone who is thirsty goes to the standpipe, and we are happy.
The water supply project in Bari was really welcome, not only for me, but for the entire population of Bari. We are so happy because before we had to walk hundreds of kilometers to fetch water. Now the water is clean. We are happy for what Feicom has done for us in this village.
Since its restructuring in 2005, spurred by His Excellency Paul Biya, President of the Republic, Feicom has refocused its activities on local investment, modernized its management, and embarked on a quality approach. This enabled the institution to achieve ISO 9001 version 2008 certification in 2009. Since then, the institution has been enjoying full radiance and credibility at the international level, marked by the United Nations Habitat Scroll of Honor, the most prestigious award in the area of human settlements, awarded Feicom by the United Nations system in 2012. The institution is particularly active in the area of cooperation and uses platforms such as the European Development Days to support the national municipal movement in its quest for sustainable development. Thanks to its win-win partnership offensive, the institution signed a memorandum of understanding with the United Nations Human Settlements Program, UN Habitat, in 2008. In February 2016, during his visit, Joan Claus, the executive director of this agency, congratulated Feicom for this fruitful cooperation. The performance of the institution in the area of managing councils has attracted other African countries. That is why delegations from some African countries like Senegal, Gabon, Burundi, Chad, and recently of the Ministry of the Interior of Côte d'Ivoire came visiting to gather information.
At the end of this mission, we think we have a lot to learn. We have learned a lot from presentations made by the collaborators of the General Manager on local taxes. how they are used, and the various products that are made available to councils in terms of borrowing. We have a lot to learn from Feicom for our future projects.
The Feicom National Award for Council's Local Development Best Practices is, of course, a flagship of the fruitful cooperation between Feicom and UN Habitat. It was set up on 15 September 2010 by a decision of the Board of Directors of Feicom in order to encourage the sharing of good council practices and improve local governance. The first edition was launched on March 2011 and recorded 138 submissions from 108 local councils. This was a very successful attempt, of which the apotheosis was the official awards gala, during which prizes of a total CFA francs 100 million was handed to the winners. This event was highly attended by members of government, the municipal movement, and development partners. Bangante Council was awarded the first prize, amounting to CFA francs 50 million by an international jury chaired by Mr. Davy Diand, former mayor and former Senegalese member of parliament. The second prize of CFA francs 20 million was won by Zoetele Council, while the third of CFA francs 10 million was awarded to Yinge Council. In addition, 10 regional prizes were awarded to the councils of Mayo Baleo, Yaoundé 2, Mindur, Mora, Douala 2, Ray Buba, Kumbo, Cham, Sangmalima, and Boya. The winning initiative from Bangante Council, dubbed Hygiene and Sanitation in the Town, later on recorded a success that went beyond the Feicom National Award. This is evident of the interest and credibility of the Feicom National Award. The winner of the United Nations Public Service Award in 2013, the positive effects of the Feicom National Award are unquestionable.
Bangante Council was pleased to win the first prize. The resources will be dedicated to two projects: the construction of the town hall and the waste management project. These are the two projects for which we have applied to use this money as the council's contribution. Feicom National Award encourages hard work.
To keep up the drive, Feicom and its partner, UN Habitat, got the councils back in the contest as they launched the second edition on April 2016 under the auspices of the government, with the same goals but greater ambitions this time.
The second edition of Feicom National Award is taking place in a context marked by the resounding success of the first edition. Council executives have been expecting the second edition since 2015. We therefore want it to be at least as successful as the first edition. Chairperson, Feicom on the right track. It grants a multifaceted support to a process that is not ordered, but is methodically constructed by all local and international stakeholders, public and private, in the fulfillment of their new duties. Feicom National Award stands out from other awards of the same nature in the world. UN Habitat wishes to encourage all Cameroonian heads of council executives and their groupings to participate in this award. UN Habitat will give its full support, expertise, and assistance to Feicom to make this second edition a success at the national and international level. Undeniably, the first edition of this award, organized in 2015, enabled a dozen municipalities to stand out at the national level. Among these municipalities, Bangante Council later on won an international award, the United Nations Public Service Award, with its initiative on sanitation and water supply. This distinction granted to Bangante Council adequately confirms the credibility of Feicom National Award for Council's local development best practices. It also attests to the rigorous nature of the selection process. The government of the Republic attaches to the award all the interest it deserves.
The organization of the Feicom National Award is coordinated by a 13-member steering committee with a representative from the Permanent Secretariat of the National Decentralization Board. This is an improvement. Its operational body, the Tenkat Secretariat, benefited from a training carried out by a UN Habitat expert. This training added to the revision of methodological and evaluation tools is both a major innovation and a guarantee for a more refined and successful organization that is intended to meet the expectations of the councils. Following the calls for submission, the various stages of the process unfold like musical notes, monitored by the Tenkat Secretariat, which reports on every step to the steering committee. First selection is carried out following opening of submissions.
Following the call for submissions, all the councils were expected to deposit their submissions at Feicom. After reception of the submissions, the steering committee met and deliberated on the number of submissions received and the number of councils involved. In total, 134 submissions have been received, slightly less than during the first edition, which recorded 138 submissions. We are yet to process these submissions because the mayor sent sealed envelopes.
Enveloppe fermée, hermétiquement. Région de l'Est. Commune de Kenzou. Aïe.
We actually open all the submissions, and after opening the submissions, we codify them using regions, councils, and attributing a number to each of the submissions.
The field trips undertaken with municipal authorities give them the opportunity to take pictures of projects, to meet the beneficiary villages, as well as carry out an unguided field discussion. To succeed, Bangante Council, 105 submitters made 134 entries in the 4 domains of the award, which are mobilization of resources, management of facilities and infrastructure, sustainable development, and local governance. Feicom National Award is, of course, a national competition, but it works on themes that have an international scope.
It is the main market there is a forum for people coming from all over the municipality, so it was important that we look into their water management very, very seriously. I think that we have just said we'll be able to document their bylaws and their procedures, and even take some of them to go to another water scheme that is seemingly a problem.
The project consisted in restoring the fertility of agricultural land, which has deteriorated over time. The council and some populations have decided to restore soil fertility.
De restaurer la fertilité des sols.
The final evaluation or ultimate selection is carried out by the international jury. Its deliberations are sovereign and reflect the authority of its members.
We have a balanced jury made of men and women from from several sectors: United Nations agencies, academics, embassies, representatives of councils, parliamentarians, senators. I think this composition is interesting. We have a scientific work to do, and the evaluation points are quite interesting and clear. We do hope that the evaluations will proceed normally. The work is going on very well, with very good proposals. The initiatives are quite interesting.
Les initiatives sont assez intéressantes.
Nous allons commencer par les pistes spéciaux régionaux.
Le Feicom, c'est la banque des communes.
Je paie les CAC, je soutiens ma commune.
Oui, je paie les CAC, je lutte contre la pauvreté.
Industriels, commerçants, ceci vous concerne.
En payant vos centimes additionnels communaux au Feicom,
vous aidez vos communes à se développer.
CAC, levier des communes. Le Feicom, banque des communes. Les CAC, levier des communes. Le Feicom, c'est la banque des communes. L'entraide entre les communes, pas de contribution de solidarité. C'est le Feicom. Le financement des travaux, l'assistance conseil aux collectivités décentralisées. C'est le Feicom. Des avances de trésorerie, par simple lettre du maire au DG du Feicom. Le financement des projets.
Fonds spécial d'équipement et d'intervention intercommunale. Le Feicom, c'est la société au secours du développement et la lutte contre la pauvreté dans nos communes.
Feicom, Feicom, CAC, Feicom, 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 Feicom. L'équipement des communes en camion, l'adduction des points d'eau dans nos communes. C'est le Feicom. L'électrification rurale, l'aménagement des espaces commerciaux. C'est le Feicom.
La formation du personnel, la redistribution des centimes additionnels.
C'est toujours le Feicom. CAC, levier des communes.
Le prix de la deuxième édition des meilleures pratiques communales de développement local va à la région du centre. Ce prix revient à 6 communes.
L'équipement des communes en camion, l'adduction des points d'eau dans nos communes. C'est le Feicom.
Ça a été une joie.
It was a profound joy for us and for all the people here, because this prize is the testimony of the work that has been done and is bearing fruit. Feicom aims to bring water and basic sanitation to our people, and I believe that the union is striving to provide them water in quantity but also in quality.
De l'eau en quantité, mais aussi en qualité. Puis là, apporte le bonheur.
Wells bring happiness to the family because water is available and we do no longer cover kilometers to fetch water. I thank those who gave us the water.
Ce qu'ils nous ont donné, c'est tout.
Nos actions sont organisées sur deux grands axes.
Our actions are organized around two components. The first addresses the water issue, and the second is about sanitation. We have built ventilated ecological pit latrines in 49 schools in the division.
Écologique à fosse ventilée.
Les latrines écologiques,
ecological latrines produces neither waste nor odor. Once they are full, the waste can serve as fertilizer.
D'en avoir l'engrais.
When we inform them that we are first, they are happy. We tell them that we must keep it up and stay first, because what matters is not to come first, but is to remain first. It is a project that will last, and I believe that with the price, we can go further. We have 50 million. If Feicom buys us a drilling plant and finances the construction of our head office, you see that we will be established and we will have the means to bring more water to our population.
Nous aurons des moyens d'apporter plus d'eau à nos populations.